Hey everybody! For dinner tonight we are cooking chicken parmesan, the healthy version without all the fried crust, and butternut squash, and then I'm going to make chickpea pasta because it's better for you.
Yum. I love that.
Okay. So first we're going to start by peeling the butternut squash. If you've never peeled a butternut squash before, it's not the easiest. I've learned that these work the best because my little peelers just they're not sharp enough.
Cut this up, chop, 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 chop.
So the easiest way I found with this is if you cut the long neck off first. It gives you a little bit more stability. You cut that off and then and then the bottom half you cut in half, and then there's seeds in. That's where the seeds are at.
No. I'm helping Mama right now.
All right, now
I'm gonna scoop off these. Out. Can I scoop them, please, 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 please?
okay, scoop it out.
I'm gonna scoop off them.
Well, scoop it.
Spoon.
Let me get it started for you.
Okay. Thanks, Mama.
I usually like to cut them into like 1/2-inch chunks. The smaller they are, the faster they'll roast in the oven. You want them to all be about the same size. Now we need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We got it all cut up. Okay. And then tablespoons of honey. I put the olive oil in there first. It gets the honey out a lot easier. What's on your nose? Flour? Where did you get flour from? Oh. Alright, let me take the lid off.
Mama,
Yes.
a honey rocket.
A honey rocket.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just going to shake it on there.
And then cocoa powder.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Salt. This is the baking sheet that I use for like everything, and all of these will fit on one.
Can't wait to try one of those.
All right.
Butter squash.
Butternut.
Butternut squash. Hey, do you know I love butternut squash?
You do? Really? Is that really?
Sometimes.
Yes. All right, now, so the chicken parm recipe that I use myself, I just simplify it. I just get the chicken. If they're really fat, I'll butterfly them. Usually I try to butterfly them when I cut them. I have a video of that too, of how I buy 40 pounds of meat and I cut them and I bag them up. So I will link that one up here in the icon. And I've said before that I like to make a lot for dinner and then we eat that for lunch tomorrow. Saves me a lot of time. And then if I have too much that we have left over for lunch, I will freeze it and we'll eat it for another meal some other day. And that's really nice. It's all about saving time and convenience. That is my motto. And then trying to be healthy along with that.
Chicken is healthy.
Chicken is healthy.
Healthy stuff is healthy.
And you don't want these to be on top of each other or they won't cook right.
Smoothies are healthy.
Smoothies, yes. Alright, so I have a little bit too much chicken in here, but it's going to be okay. So move everything around as long as it's not on top of each other, because they won't cook.
Noodle boodle.
Now I'm going to season up the chicken. I like putting Italian. I like it on there thick. And then seasonal.
Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
And then garlic. And then I'm gonna make a video of me making my own spaghetti sauce out of our garden grown tomatoes soon. I just haven't got there yet. We didn't make this one, no. But we do make our own sometimes.
Yeah.
This one was convenient.
And
we now have enough tomatoes to make our own.
That's made out of tomatoes.
It is made out of tomatoes.
A lot of things are made out of tomatoes.
Yeah, what else?
You like the
What
hell
else is made out of tomatoes?
Ketchup's made out of tomatoes. Tomato sauce is made out of tomatoes.
I need to preheat the oven to 425. I'm going to spread this marinara. So I guess I really used about the whole jar. I like to make it saucy. I'm going to probably open another jar for the noodles because I feel like there's never enough when you put it on top. Alright. I'm just going to use the whole jar. There wasn't much left in there anyways. Spread my own cheese, and if I have too much, I will freeze it. So this is frozen cheese, and it thaws just fine.
That's a lot of cheese. Are you gonna use the whole bag?
No.
What does it have in it?
It has milk.
Milk? Just milk?
It's made out of milk.
What?
Whew, it's cold. Alright. When the oven is preheated, we'll put it in for about 15 minutes and we'll check it with the thermometer and make sure it's at 165. I do have a double oven, so I am super blessed about that. We actually found a really good deal on this double oven and I was stoked because I cook all the time. And so I was insanely excited to have a double oven. If you don't know what a double oven is or what the purpose of a double oven is, so the top one is smaller. So the whole purpose is to bake two things at once. So if I need to cook something at 350 degrees, I can cook it on the top. And if I need something cooked at like 450 or 425, I can cook it on the bottom. And so it is super convenient. Plus it's got a lot of extra settings on it. I am not sponsored by this. I just absolutely love it. So here's my double oven. So I put it on my top layer, and after 15 minutes, I'm going to switch it. And now my upper oven is preheated at 425, so my chicken Parmesan is ready to go. You can also use slices of cheese. That's usually what most people do. This is how I like to make it. It's just easier and faster. It all tastes about the same. Alright, so I'm going to put that in for at least 15 minutes. So now I have a pot of water on my stove. I like pink Himalayan salt. And I'm just going to salt that really good. Salt the water. And then I'll wait for it to boil. So I always like to check my ingredients when I buy things. These are just chickpeas, pea starch, tapioca, and xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a thickener. Kind of like cornstarch. It's a healthier thickener. So I am going to use the whole box. There's also 20 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber in this one box. So I absolutely love it. My kids eat it and they are very picky. So that tells you anything. So I need to cook these for about 8 to 10 minutes. Just about until they're tender. So the noodles are now done. They look just like regular noodles. I strained off the water and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Pouring a whole jar into the chickpea noodles. And I'm going to stir it around. I still have about 11 minutes on my chicken. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. Whoo, steam. Our butternut squash. Squash is done. We need to stir it around and then put it back in to the bottom of the oven for another 15 minutes. We're going to put this back in for 15 minutes. Let's see. Ooh, that's looking good. It's bubbling a little bit. I don't think it's done yet. Here is our chicken. I am going to pop in a little temperature gauge and see what it says. I let it cook about 20 minutes. So it's saying still rare. I'm going to have to double check it on something else. The hard part about having a double oven in the top oven is it gets the top done because the heating element is at the top of the oven instead of the bottom. I mean, some people like crispy cheese. I do, but I guess the chicken's not done. This is definitely not done yet. It looks like it's done on top. So when my butternut squash get done, I'm going to put it into the other oven because it'll cook better. You know the squash is done whenever you can stick a fork in it. Isn't that a saying? Stick a fork in me, I'm done. These are definitely done. So I'm covered this in foil and now I'm going to put it back in the oven. Probably a good another 15 minutes because it's definitely not done. Another hack that I have is to put foil on something that's burning. It kind of stops the burning and prevents it to burn anymore. So when you put the foil on, it also keeps the heat in too. So I'm going to put in at least 15 more minutes to try to get this cooked. I should have butterflied it a little bit better, but they also were a little bit cold and you really need them to sit out at room temperature before you cook them to make sure that it cooks inside out. All right, look at that. It's not burnt, it's just a beautiful crispy brown. It is a little bit over, it's 175. Looks so good though. So there is the chicken, here are our butternut squash, and here is our noodles. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the comments and likes and subscriptions. When you subscribe, it really helps boost my confidence and want to make more videos. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.